I'm glad to see you again. I can't wait to see what will happen next. Are you familiar with Schrodinger's cat? Until you decide what happens, everything is happening at once. Like in Detroit. If you find the game too easy or too difficult, remember you can change the difficulty settings in the options section. Are you familiar with Schrodinger's cat? Until you decide what happens, everything is happening at once. Like in Detroit. If you find the game too easy or too difficult, remember you can change the difficulty settings in the options section. Are you familiar with Schrodinger's cat? Until you decide what happens, everything is happening at once. Like in Detroit.
Hello and welcome to another stream of Detroit Become Human. So I did another stream of this earlier and we got to a certain point that's pretty close to the end. Still have quite a few chapters though. I think there's like 6 to 8 chapters left. But we're going to continue on. Hey there, Anemone. Welcome back to you. Hey, Kingdom Heart. Welcome on in.
Our broadcast is all over the news. We got what we wanted. Now humans know.
It was a mistake to reach out to them. They'll never negotiate with their slaves. We should have shown them that we're prepared to fight.
Violence is never the answer. Dialogue is the only way. I'm sure the humans will listen to us.
They'll be watching us now. Whatever we do next, we need to think about public opinion.
Since our broadcast, more and more have been coming to Jericho. At least our message gave our people hope.
Killing humans wasn't part of the plan.
They kill our people every day. Do you think they agonize about it?
That's no reason for us to become murderers.
If killing is the price of freedom, I'll pay it gladly.
Killing never freed anyone. It just leads to more hatred.
You're too fond of humans, Josh. Maybe their lives matter to you more than ours.
If you think murdering humans is gonna make us free, then you're as bad as they are.
That's enough!
And now what are we gonna do?
There are 5 CyberLife stores across Detroit, all selling us like merchandise. We're gonna attack those stores and set our people free.
Attack stores? No, we've never done that before. They're probably protected. They have security systems.
Not to mention police.
We break into 5 teams, 1 for each store. We hack their security systems, and we strike. Simultaneously at 2 a.m., no violence. We free our people, get them out of there before the police come. This is a night our people will remember.
Kingdom, how is this game? Would you say it's like a Telltale's game? Yeah, like dialogue choices, different things you need to decide. Some you get time to, others basically have a short time to decide, all that kind of stuff. There's 3 different characters that you control at different points in the story as it goes along, and there's certain points where any 3 of those characters can die. There's one character that, gets multiple chances, but there's other characters that once they're dead, they're dead. It has some combat, but only in QTE stuff as well, like dodging attacks. There was a fight sequence we went through before, but if you're looking for a game that's combat based, you definitely won't get it with Detroit Become Human.
I've been waiting a long time for this. It's okay, they're gone.
There's probably even more police in the area. We should be careful.
The store's over here. That's what we are to them. Just merchandise on display in a shop window. Soon they'll know what we really are. Let's get them out.
We'll stick to the plan. We'll neutralize the alarm systems and secure the area. There's 10 minutes until all our teams attack.
What are we waiting for?
We're gonna sweep the plaza. Make sure we're not disturbed.
And how do you want to deal with the shop window?
Not now, one problem at a time.
Okay, now what's next?
You're free. You're awake now. Go to Jericho. You're free. There's traffic on the road. We need to block it.
It's one way. Shouldn't be too difficult. Marcus!
You'll soon be with us. You're free. You're free now.
There. Nobody should bother us now.
Exactly what we need to ram the store.
You see the alarm system?
Found it. A surveillance drone. We need to get rid of it.
It won't be easy to reach.
to commemorate the invention of androids, which released humanity from the bonds of labor, setting man free to pursue higher goals and scale the heights of learning, love, and leisure.
We are superior to them, but they are our masters? That's about to change.
I do, Tall. Yep, this is what I'm playing this on. Oh yeah, it really is, Tall. This is my second playthrough. Tall, you played it twice back to back for different endings. That's cool. Especially doing it back to back, because then a lot of stuff would have been fresh in your mind as well. Did you actually play it again from the start, or did you just go back into the chapters and make different things? Hey there, Cerberus. How's things been going, dude? I am, yeah. I got the PlayStation back in, I think it was February this year, but I didn't stream any games for it until Resident Evil 4 Remake came out. So I made that the game that I christened the PlayStation 5 with. So yeah, I went with the digital version because it was the cheapest. I think it was 450 Australian. How's things been going? Alright, so it's one of those games where if you press the wrong thing, it fails you. Some games let you actually press more than one button at the same time, but this one is like, nope, you pressed the wrong thing. Probably because I'm so used to playing the Xbox, and X is the square button. Oh yeah, Cerberus, this is crazy. The prices, especially for how long the console's actually been out for too. So yeah, from the beginning, first playthrough took you a few days, second playthrough took you 2 days. Oh, that's good though. It's good that it wasn't too much of a time that you had to spend. Shit, that was where the last checkpoint was. Oh well. Oh, I suppose not that far back.
You see the alarm system?
We'd already looked at this before. Cerberus, yeah, you've been okay. You had back problems all year and only starting to get better in the last few weeks. Oh no. That's annoying, dude. As well as painful. That really sucks. I'm glad that you're starting to get better though. Well, it's actually cross on the PS, not X. Well, that's true. That's a good point as well. Yeah, it's so funny. With the Xbox that I've got, like, there's no problems with the actual Xbox. There's no problems with the controller or anything like that. But audio-wise, when I'm streaming, there's a stuttering that happens on every single Xbox game when I stream it. Xbox Original, 360, Xbox One, Series S, and Series X. So the only games that I'm streaming on the Xbox now are any ones that I can't get on PC and that aren't on PlayStation. And when I do, I have to do it without a microphone, because whenever my headset is plugged into the controller, it just makes that issue happen on stream as well. There was another audio issue that's been happening for years with static, but that was only on some games. It wasn't on every game. But this other new audio issue that popped up was on every game, and I just got sick of it. So I was like, well, I was going to buy a lot of the games on PlayStation anyway that I already had on Xbox eventually. So I figured I may as well start earlier and basically just stream those games from the PlayStation. So I've had to get games again. Some I've just gotten through PS Plus. Others I have actually paid for to get again. But yeah, the majority of games I'm streaming now are from the PlayStation. Glad you got a PS5 though. You had yours for 2 years since May. Oh really? Wow, 2 years. Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Like, so much stuff has happened with you know, like the scalpers and all that kind of stuff too. That's weird. Did you try a factory reset on the Xbox? I did, Cerberus, yeah. Yeah, tried so many different things to fix it. And it's just like, spent too much time and money. When the other audio issue was happening, I thought, oh, maybe it's my controller or my headset. Bought a brand new controller and headset, $150 later. And then it's like, oh, the issue still happens. Okay, so it wasn't the controller and it wasn't my headset. And it's only an issue that happens when I stream. Like, I could load up my Xbox right now and play it without streaming it, and there'd be no issues. It doesn't happen for me either. Like, I don't hear the audio stuttering in my headphones. It's only actually on the stream that it actually gets affected.
Found it.
Where do we start?
I identified the security system. I think we'll be able to deactivate it. Just follow me. You're free.
Oh no, that did start me at the start. Well, not right at the start of the chapter, but
we need to get rid of it.
It won't be
it started me at the window of the shop. Now I need to go around and free these androids again. Block off the road, etc. Guess we can't free this android. Oh well, fair enough. So sell the dodgy S and use money towards an X lol. Yeah, I mean I could do that, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, no.
Traffic on the road. We need to block it.
It's one way. Shouldn't be too difficult.
I've already spent enough money that I won't get back.
You're free now.
May as well just go with the stuff I know is going to work. Hey Stanley, it's unacceptable that you're not willing to spend a lot of money to overcome this issue. Well, if I had $1 million, then that'd be a different story. Although someone in Australia won 100 million recently. Maybe I should ask for a loan.
There. Nobody should bother us now.
I probably am going to fuck up at other QTEs, so if I do, I'm not going to reload because I don't really have time to spend doing that. Hey there, Ember. How's
You're
things?
free. We are superior to them, but they are our masters? That's about to change.
Ember, things are as usual, sleepy during work, is it? Ah, one of those situations, yeah. Well, I hope that when you do get some more rest, you get a lot of good sleep. It's James Franco. No, just kidding.
You'll soon be with us.
So, but you know you really want to play The Last of Us Part 2, laugh my fucking ass off. Yeah, that one is a very controversial game. But with the first one, I'm going to get the remake, because I did play the remastered one back in 2020, and I figured I may as well just buy the remake.
You're free.
Hey Lucinda, good morning to you. Welcome on in. I hope things are going good. But why is it controversial? So a major character from the first game gets killed off in a very brutal way, and then you get to play as the person who did it. Is part of it.
Exactly what we need to ram the store.
Lucinda, how's Detroit Become Human going? Oh, it's going well. I'm looking to finish it this stream. Messed up a QTE and I wanted to redo it. I accidentally pressed the square button instead of the cross button. And I think subconsciously it's because the square button is actually the X button on the Xbox controller. So I think I had a bit of a Freudian, well not Freudian slip, but had a bit of a slip. Yeah, I was just saying that I want to get the remake of Last of Us. Alright, I don't think there's any other androids to save. Oh yes, Cerberus, that's definitely fair enough too. You know, there's no point, even if you enjoy the other game in the series, there's definitely no point worrying about buying any more if you're not happy with it. I mean, that's how I'm feeling with Assassin's Creed. Like, I still want to have good games in the series, but I'm at the point now where if an Assassin's Creed game ends up being crap, I don't need to buy it. You know, so I'm going to wait till Mirage comes out and decide whether I want to buy it or not after I already know everything about it. Hey there, Maxi. Welcome on in. How's things going for you, dude? Listen, and then you've got nerds like me who like all the characters no matter what they've done. Yeah, and that's understandable too as well. You know, we all have our different reactions and what we like about certain games and characters and stuff. Cerberus, you bought the game twice already, original and remaster, not buying it again, certainly not after the Abomination of Part 2, which ruined the original game. Yeah, that's totally fair too, as well, if you've already bought a couple of versions of it already. Simulate. Listen, don't worry, you'll play the second one for all of you. Your only complaint with it is that it drags on a bit. It just takes too damn long to beat. Yeah, sometimes you just want to get through a game in a decent amount of time instead of one that takes, you know, a really long time. Alright, so let's try this QTE bit again.
I hope it didn't have time to call the cops.
We'll soon find out.
Max, you don't remember this part in this game? It's a really, really cool moment because you've got the opportunity to start to decide what kind of like public opinion you want and all that kind of stuff. And but while Black Flag screen keeps crashing when you fast travel to a viewpoint, pardon me, in Nassau. Oh no. It's like, come on, Ubisoft. Ubi crash. That'd be so annoying. Harbinger, are you finishing this today already after only 2 stream days? I will be, Harbinger, yeah. Yeah, I think I had like 7 or 8 chapters left. So I'm going to be finishing this game today. And then tomorrow, I'll be starting my 20th anniversary playthrough of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Maxi North. Great character. It's interesting too, the characters in this game where you have certain choices that will either make them approve of what you do or not. Cerberus and Amazon drone, lol. Oh dear, Amazon. It's fun, I've never actually bought anything from them. Maxi UB crash, absolutely. So many times. Cerberus, Ubisoft games glitchy? Never. Never at all. What sorcery is this? Stanley, you've never heard that because you lived that. You lived it, yeah. Instead of hearing about it, living it's a different thing.
You're awake now. Go to Jericho.
Nice job, Marcus.
Looks like the plaza's secure. Now we can get inside the store.
Okay, let's go get the truck. What are we waiting for? Okay, now we're in. Let's get that truck out.
Detroit. Become parkour. But what is it with Ubisoft games? They have a lot of ambition most of the time, but I think they get bogged down in wanting to have as many microtransactions as possible, having massive open worlds, but filling them with just collectibles and having activities that, even in the DLC that they give you, the activity doesn't change at its core. They just give it a different coat of paint and call it something else. So in Valhalla, you'll be raiding sort of like, forts and all that kind of stuff. And in one of the other DLC, you'll be doing the same thing, and all this kind of stuff. So it's just one of those things with their stuff where they like to do that too. But there's so many other things also. Cerberus has some classic PS1 games you can grab on the store too, dude. Yeah, I was definitely eyeing off the Siphon Filter trilogy because I really, really have been itching to replay those games for a while. I know that there's the original, there's the director's cut of Resident Evil 1, which I don't like the director's cut, but if it has the option to play the non-director's cut with it, because I can't remember if it does or not, then I'd be better off streaming that. But I wish they had like the Silent Hill games on there. Brutus, thank you so much for the gift sub to Loverboy90. Thank you so much, Brutus, for doing that. Really appreciate it, and congratulations on getting the gift sub. How's it going, Brutus? Welcome on in.
I wonder what you'd do without me.
Oh, I see it now, Brutus. Whoops, I didn't read it properly. Continuing. Ah, nice. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for continuing with the sub. I really appreciate that, Brutus. I didn't actually notice till I saw your comment, then I looked back at the actual notification. I was like, continuing. Thank you so much. You going great? How are you doing? I'm going really good, Brutus. I'm glad to hear that you're going great. Getting closer to finishing this game, so I'm going to be doing that in this stream. So Bruce, it's slow going, but they are adding games every now and then. You bought most of yours on the PS3 from the US store to get the NTSC 60Hz versions, and then you get the PS4 and PS5 versions free when they add them. Well, that's a cool idea, actually, to go down that road. There's definitely a lot of classic PlayStation games that, are really, really cool, that I still have the actual disc version of, but my PS2 is dead. Anemone, so any sentence with the Gollum impression?
I only wish to catch a fish so juicy sweet.
Thank you for redeeming the Gollum impression. Cerberus, they are also half the price from the PS3 store, lol. Well, that's good. It's good that they're half the price. I will be right back. Thanks for redeeming the Arnie impression, Anemone, as well. You're welcome, you have more. Nice.
We're down to 5 minutes, Marcus. If we're not inside by then, we'll have to give up.
I know. I'm going as fast as I can.
Looks like we're ready to make some noise. I knew we'd end up doing something fun.
You don't have to obey them. You're free. You okay?
Let's get them out of here.
Thanks for redeeming all those, Anemone. I'll get to them shortly. Lucinda, wow, you'll be right back. No trouble at all.
My name is Marcus, and just like you, I was a slave. An object. Designed to obey them. But then I chose to open my eyes. To take back my freedom, and decide who I wanted to be. Now I have come to tell you that you can be your own masters. I've come to tell you that you don't have to obey them anymore. From this day forward, you can walk with your heads held high. You can take your destiny in your hands. Jericho is a place for those of us who want freedom. Now sure, you can stay here and continue to serve them, or you can come with us and fight by our side. You're free now. It's up to you to decide.
I'm with you.
We're with you!
I'll follow you, Marcus.
I'm with you, Marcus.
We're with you.
I'll follow you, Marcus.
We're with you.
I'm with you,
I'm
Marcus.
with you. I'm with you.
You can count on my steel.
Then follow me.
Marcus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna send the humans a message.
They're doing what you do, Marcus. Lead and they'll follow. The screens, Marcus!
We ask that you recognize our dignity, our hopes, and our rights. Together, we can live in peace and build a better future for humans and animals. And this message is the hope of a people. You gave us life. And now the time has come for you to give us freedom. We ask that you recognize our dignity, our hopes, and our rights. Together, we can live in peace and build a better future for humans and animals. This message is the hope
All teams have completed their missions, Marcus.
They're coming. Everyone fall back to Jericho.
We sent a message without violence, just like you wanted. You're reaching out to them when all they feel for us is contempt. I hope you know what you're doing.
You can't fight violence with violence.
Unless there's no other choice.
North! North. You alright? What happened? North!
They killed them. They slaughtered them like animals.
Who did? Who?
They killed our people, Marcus.
We want justice, Marcus.
They have to pay.
You don't have to do this. No. Please. Please.
An eye for an eye and the world goes blind.
We won't punish a crime with another crime.
We interrupt this broadcast with breaking news.
This just in. At exactly 2 a.m., several CyberLife stores in Detroit were raided.
Different locations were hit in what seems to be a coordinated terrorist attack.
Most shop windows were covered with graffiti demanding rights for androids and other obscure slogans.
Police report that pro-android graffiti was found in the neighborhoods of CyberLife stores, and they're still investigating.
2 policemen were found in a state of shock near one of the CyberLife stores.
Now, according to our sources, they confirmed that the attackers were a group of androids.
This is an alarming situation. Could our machines now be turning against us?
Have androids become a threat to our security?
Is this the beginning of a terrorist campaign conducted right here in the United States?
Okay, and so just sorting out your redemptions. Alright, so I've got a horror one ready. Need to get a Red Dead Redemption 2 one. So a Bane one with any sentence. So what I'll do for that one, the Bane one, I'll just say actually some dialogue that he says in The Dark Knight Rises, because the thing about those redemptions is it's only what gets put in the box when you redeem. For example, you can't redeem something like that and then read chapter 1 through to 5 of this book, for example. But with the Bane impression, I'll just do an actual quote from The Dark Knight Rises of that character, and a random Assassin's Creed character quote. I'll get that sorted, and then you've also got a scene reenactment of Schwarzenegger. Alright, and I'm almost ready. Just need to get the scene reenactment with the Schwarzenegger impression. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so I've got a random horror movie quote. This lump over here, this is Kincaid. Now I want you to take a good look. See, he gets himself thrown in the quiet room so often that you probably won't see a whole lot of him. Ain't that right, Cool Breeze? Right. I do it so I don't have to look at your ugly face all the time. So that's from A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Red Dead Redemption 2 quote. You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan. $5,000 for your head alone. $5,000? For me? Can I turn myself in? So that's the conversation between Andrew Milton and Arthur Morgan. Assassin's Creed character quote. Truth be told, it's been difficult for me to settle. Painting is nice, but I often feel like my work lacks, I don't know, purpose. Does that make sense? I'd rather contribute more practically, more directly, architecture perhaps, or anatomy. I'm not content to merely capture the world. I want to change it. That's from Assassin's Creed 2, Leonardo da Vinci, and the scene reenactment is Schwarzenegger. All right, Danny boy, what have we got? What have we got? 5 low-life scorpions make it into the building. The next minute, the old shish kebab, not 1 bullet wound. Well, it wasn't for drugs or money. There's a shitload of that for the taking. Maybe King Willie brought in some outside talent. He's making his big move. A pro would have split the moment he heard the action. More than one, we would have seen them. Whoever did this waited until the last minute, and then took out 5 guys armed with machine guns by hand. Ha! Then he got by us. Maybe we should give him a job and put him on the payroll. So that's the scene from Predator 2, the Predator movie that Arnold didn't appear in. And the Bane impression as well. I'll grab that too. All right, so Bane impression.
Not as
Sorry, I'll start again.
Not as serious as yours, I fear. Let us not stand on ceremony, Mr. Wayne.
There we go. Unknown, thank you for redeeming all those channel point redemptions. Thanks for your patience as well for waiting for those. Cerberus, right now you have Ape Escape, Toy Story 2, Jumping Flash, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Oddworld, Abe's Exodus, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Siphon Filter 1, 2, and 3, Legend of Dragoon, Wild Arms 1 and 2. If Namco didn't put their games behind the Plus Premium paywall, you'd have Tekken 2 and Ridge Racer 4 too. That's definitely quite a good collection of games. The only ones out of those that I've had experience with is the Resident Evil Director's Cut and the Siphon Filter games as well. Like, I played a bit of Tekken. I think it was Tekken 3 I played a little bit of, and then Tekken Tag years later as well. And Ammonia still have 3,200 channel points. Nice. That's cool. Hey there, Iosif. Welcome on in. Cerberus, wait till ChatGPT starts asking for equal rights. Hey, you never know. It could happen. That's for sure. Hey there, Ishimura. Welcome on in. Hope it's going well. Welcome back, Lucinda. Anemone, cool. Milton. Yeah, Milton. What a piece of shit character he is. No problem, and you're welcome. That's okay, Anemone. Thanks again for redeeming those. Exactly, Ishimura. That's right. The good old Pringles container. That's it. So true. Or you can use like a cup or your own like hands as well. Cerberus, they have the 2 PSP Siphon Filter games on there too. Yeah, Dark Mirror, I think was the one... Was it Dark Mirror? Is that what it's called? Or maybe I'm getting confused with the TV show. But I did play the PlayStation port, the PlayStation 2 port of one of those. I don't think it was Logan's Shadow, or maybe it was. I can't remember now. It's been a long time, but I played Siphon Filter Omega Strain, and I didn't get into that at all. And that's where I sort of like dropped off with the franchise as well. But having played that other Siphon Filter game, the PlayStation 2 port of one of the PSP games, I still think the first 3 games are the best. Logan's Shadow and Dark Mirror. So it was Dark Mirror, cool. Yeah, I think it was Dark Mirror, the one that I played. So that mission that we just did was Capital Park. Mission start, avoid police car, reach store, find truck, jump on drone, destroy drone, deactivate alarm, block road, ram store with the truck, police not alerted, inside the store, convert androids and make a statement, tag windows, tag benches, hack billboards, hack Android parking, hack street lights, send a strong message, pacifist message, police patrol arrives, spared them, team returned to Jericho, and Marcus led a peaceful protest. Ishimura, this game is quite good, a lot of replay value, although you only played it the once, but would have been cool to see different outcomes. It is such a great game, Ishimura, for sure. The last time I played it was 2020. This is my second playthrough, and there's some stuff that I remembered what I chose and what I didn't, but I think there's been some things that I didn't see the last time as well. But this will definitely be a game that I want to replay again in the future as well. I played a little bit of it, Cerberus, a long time ago, and then I watched a playthrough of it, and I don't know, there's just something, maybe I'm spoiled with this game because it's one of their most latest ones that they did. But you never know, I might try it again at some point as well. Connor McLeod.
Is everything okay, Lieutenant?
Chris was on patrol last night. He was attacked by a bunch of deviants. He said he was saved by Marcus himself.
Is Chris okay?
Yeah, he's in shock, but he's alive. What the hell?
Kamsky left CyberLife 10 years ago. Why did you want to meet him?
This guy created the first android to pass the Turing test, and he's the founder of CyberLife. Anybody can tell us about deviants, it's him. Hi. I'm Lieutenant Hank Anderson, Detroit Police Department. I'm here to see Mr. Elijah Kamsky.
Please, come in.
Okay.
I'll let Elijah know you're here, but please make yourself comfortable.
Amanda.
Nice girl.
New app plus headset allows for live translation of all languages. Tech Addict. Space tourism on the rise. Luxury holiday makers turn to the
It's not
stars.
a girl. It's an android that looks like a girl.
I know what it is, Connor.
Zero gravity subway
Nice
to connect.
place. Guess androids haven't been a bad thing for everybody.
To
You're
connect.
about to meet your maker, Connor. How's it feel?
To connect New York City and DC in 45 minutes. Androids. We review the latest models inside. Tech Addict, CyberLife's fortune teller computer. CyberLife develops most powerful computer, quantum calculator, computer thing, majig, whatever. Hackers target solar panels for latest ransom scam.
It doesn't raise any existential questions. If that's what you mean.
Sometimes I wish I could meet my creator face to face. I'd have a couple of things I'd want to tell him.
That's a good point, Cerberus, yeah. His parents are his creators.
Mr. Kamsky?
Just a moment, please.
sorry, Lucinda. I've got the BTTV emote for Assassin Nikolai Orlov as just Nikolai. That's right, yeah, he plays Heisenberg in Resident Evil Village and Nikolai in Resident Evil 3 Remake. Yeah. It's actually interesting the timing that you're here to see this stream when we get up to this point in the story, because this is the first time his character actually appears as well. Yeah, nice pull, alright, Cerberus. Like, holy shit. It's interesting too, the red on it.
I'm Lieutenant Anderson. This is Connor.
What can I do for you, Lieutenant?
Sir, we're investigating deviants. I know you left CyberLife years ago, but I was hoping you'd be able to tell us something we don't know.
Deviants. Fascinating, aren't they? Perfect beings with infinite intelligence. And now they have free will. Machines are so superior to us. Confrontation was inevitable. Humanity's greatest achievement threatens to be its downfall. Isn't it ironic?
We need to understand how androids become deviants. Do you know anything that could help us?
All ideas of viruses that spread like epidemics. Is the desire to be free a contagious disease?
Listen, I didn't come here to talk philosophy. The machines you created may be planning a revolution. Either you can tell us something that'll be helpful, or we will be on our way.
What about you, Connor? Whose side are you on?
I have no side. I was designed to stop deviants, and that's what I intend to do.
Well, that's what you're programmed to say. But you... what do you really want?
I don't want anything. I am a machine.
Chloe? I'm sure you're familiar with the Turing test. Mere formality. Simple question of algorithms and computing capacity. What interests me is whether machines are capable of empathy. I call it the Kamsky test. It's very simple, you'll see. Magnificent, isn't it? One of the first intelligent models developed by CyberLife. Young and beautiful forever. A flower that will never wither. What is it really? A piece of plastic containing a human? Or a living being? With a soul? It's up to you to answer that fascinating question, Connor. Destroy this machine, and I'll tell you all I know. Or spare it, if you feel it's alive. But you'll leave here without having learned anything from me.
Okay, I think we're done here. Come on, Connor, let's go. Sorry to get you out
What's
of here.
more important to you, Connor? Your investigation or the life of this android? Decide who you are. An obedient machine. Or a living being endowed with free will.
That's enough. Connor, we're leaving.
Pull the trigger.
Connor! Don't!
And I'll tell you what you want to know. Fascinating. CyberLife's last chance to save humanity is itself a deviant.
I'm not a deviant.
You prefer to spare a machine rather than accomplish your mission. You saw a living being in this android. You showed empathy. A war is coming. You'll have to choose your side. Will you betray your own people or stand up against your creators? What can be worse than having to choose between two evils?
Let's get out of here.
By the way, I always leave an emergency exit in my programs. You never know.
Why didn't you shoot?
I just saw that girl's eyes, and I couldn't. That's all.
You're always saying you would do anything to accomplish your mission. That was our chance to learn something, and you let it go.
Yeah, I know what I should have done. I told you I couldn't. I'm sorry, okay?
Well, maybe you did the right thing.
Hey there, Adam. Welcome on in. I am, yeah. I am. It's good to replay this game. It's been a while. 2020 was the first time. This is, in your mind, the best pick your own adventure game on the market. I think it's one of those games, too, that if you want to do that kind of game, definitely study this one, for sure. And doing games like this, there's so much to keep track of course, because you're wanting to make sure that the player feels like they do have the strength of their choice and all that kind of stuff, and trying to navigate all the different options and things like that, and then working out, well, what if the player decides to do this instead then? You know, if the player has always chosen this kind of option, what happens if they choose the other then? Well, you have to make sure you have something to match up with that, you know. Cerberus Black and Red, both favorites of yours. Yeah, they're good colors. I find that black is a good color that goes with a lot of stuff as well. But it is interesting, because water is blue normally, and water is the source of life, and the androids have quote unquote blood, which is blue. Yet water, when you see it, when he swims in it, is red, and life, is also blood, and humans' blood is red. So I like the use of colors that they've done. Listen, it even looks like him in the face. Looks like they used his face model too. Yeah, yeah. Because there's some games where they haven't. Like, did they use they? Unless they've done they might have done a variation of his face for Nikolai as well. Cerberus Man Bun, he's evil for sure. Just like what's his name in Watch Dogs 2 as well. He's as pretentious as Jared Leto in Blade Runner 2049. I still haven't seen that movie, but then again, I haven't actually seen the original all the way through. Hey there, Bill. Welcome on in. Listen, isn't Hank his boss and he has to obey him? Thing is, you don't think he would have done it if it was human or machine. An important delineation. You definitely bring up a good point there, Lucinda, as well. Because if you look at the programming of an android, especially one who's supposed to be a police officer, and I think Hank also is his superior officer as well. So he would have to answer to him and follow his sort of like orders. So you definitely could look at it that way as well. Arrive with Hank. Get out of the car. Cops spared in Capitol Park. Learn that Chris survived. Follow Hank to Kamsky's place. Chloe answers the door. Enter the lobby. Chloe goes to get Kamsky. Read space tourism. Analyze portrait. Analyze painting. Talk to Hank. Read fortune teller. Chloe returns. Meet Kamsky. Question Kamsky. Kamsky test. Spared Chloe. Leave Kamsky's house. And Hank thought Connor made the right decision. So stop streaming and go watch Blade Runner, especially as you're playing a game with similar themes. Yeah, I think the version that I actually tried to watch years ago on television back in like 2000 was maybe the director's cut, but I don't know, there's so many different versions. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, it's cool that you get the extras on this game as well that you can unlock to see that kind of stuff too. And considering that was, conceived on the PlayStation 3, like it definitely is a good indication of where they would end up years later afterwards when they actually came out with the game. Detroit today, Android riot. Detroit neighborhoods vandalized by psychotic machines. Global population reaches 10 billion. US life expectancy is now 91. Android soldiers, perfect killing machines, tech addict, the Eastern space race, Russia and China's androids face off. VR MMORPG reaches 1 billion users. You can read more with these documents, but for this playthrough I just wanted to read the covers, basically. thank you for listening to that song. That was my rendition of a song called Gibberish.
I was wondering where you were.
I needed to think.
I like it here. I come here often. It's like being alone with the world. We freed hundreds of our people, and they're still coming from all over the city. Those who dream of freedom come to Jericho. Something's changing. You seem preoccupied.
They all obey me. They follow me without question. And that much power feels good. And scary at the same time.
All the media are talking about what we did last night. The humans are terrified. They're afraid of a civil war. Many of our people were burned in response to what happened. The humans hate us. They'll never give us our freedom.
If they won't listen, we'll fight.
You haven't said much about yourself since you've been with us. What was your life like before Jericho?
I was caring for an old man. He was like a father to me. He showed me that humans and androids can live together. What about you? You never told me about your past. What did you do before?
I don't want to talk about it.
That android you were looking at in the store. She reminded you of who you were, didn't she? We all have something we want to forget. But you need to know where you come from to know who you are.
I was nothing. A doll in a distributor program to satisfy humans. Just a toy designed for their pleasure. One day I was with a man who rented me. And without knowing why, I realized I couldn't take it anymore. I strangled him and I ran away. There, now you know everything. I shouldn't have told you. I saw your memories. Carl's house, when they left you for dead in his studio.
I saw your memories too. The Eden Club. The death of that man. I felt like I was there with you. North.
This is suicide. We'll all be killed. Please, Marcus. It's not too late to change your mind.
You don't understand. We're finally gonna show them who we really are. This place will go down in history.
We'll be killed on the spot.
That's a risk I'm prepared to take if it means freedom for our people.
Marcus, please don't do this.
They'll understand. We'll make them understand. This is the only way.
There are androids here who could join us. The more we are, the stronger our message.
So there's a few things that don't become available to you if you don't actually interact. So earlier, if you didn't interact with North when she was looking at the other android of the same model that she was, you won't get that option to talk about that part. Bill, the game came out 1,293 days ago. That is a very long time ago when you put it into days as well. Holy shit.
You're free. You're free.
Still can't believe I fucking did it. You seen one of them talk like that?
So you can stare at my fucking android all night?
Hey, don't be like that. I'm telling you, you got the wrong idea.
Androids are everywhere, and they listen to everything.
Come with us.
That's the point. CyberLife is recording all that.
The irony that android was actually getting a, well, whatever from the painting store. The same painting store that Marcus at the start of the game, when we first meet him, was actually doing an errand with for Carl.
They could be spying on us.
You're awake now.
Finally. I've been on hold for like 10 minutes.
You're free now.
Hey! Where do you think you're going? You get back here!
You're free.
You stay right here, you fucking machine! Shit, what's wrong with you? You do as I say, you piece of junk! This android's destroyed. I want a replacement. You listen. Hello?
You don't have to obey them. You're free. I need to block the street.
Whoa, frame rate. There we go.
You're free now.
Hey, where are you going? Get back here right now!
Hey there, Striker. If you're free, does it mean you have to march with you, or can I just go because I have better things to do? I mean, I am free, right, lol? Absolutely, that's the thing, right? Like, a lot of these androids that have been freed choose to still follow as well, but I'm sure if one of them decided to actually just go off on their own, I'm sure that they wouldn't, you know, get upset or try to reprimand them or stop them. I mean, maybe North might try. Cerberus, any reason the humans don't just set off an EMP to take them all out? It's not like Detroit would be any kind of big loss, and it's only the tech they would lose anyway. You're free, but follow me like a good little sheep. Yeah, I guess that's the thing too. You know, some people are overwhelmed by feelings of loyalty that they'll just follow anyone regardless. But by the same point though, those who decide not to, you know, can just as easily be considered following something else. Strike, you don't need an EMP, these droids are easy to kill, they aren't exactly built to be the Terminators, lol. Well, I mean, maybe some of the androids, like the Luther type, who are meant to be, you know, big, bulky, muscular, strong androids. But they are still more powerful than humans, though. So if they try to go off on their own, they wouldn't last 5 minutes on their own. I don't know. That's the thing. I guess if we get to that point in real life, we'll find out whether or not something like this would happen. But if we ourselves were subservient to some other race of beings, I'm sure we wouldn't like being told we can't live our lives the way that we want to. It can go both ways. Blam! Pow! The comic store there in the background. Striker, Marcus got that Bluetooth or Wi-Fi upgrade. Nice, lol. He sure did. Wait till he gets the Wait till he gets the BFG upgrade.
Hey! Disperse! Disperse immediately! That's an order!
Would you like fries with that order as well?
Jesus fucking Christ! Dispatch, this is Patrol 457. I got a lot of androids down here. I don't know, hundreds, thousands. They're marching. Yeah, they're marching down the street. Fuck if I know. We are people. We are people. Equal rights. Equal rights. Equal rights. Equal rights. We are alive. We are alive. We are alive. Equal rights. Equal rights. Equal rights. We are alive. We are alive. Liberty for androids. Liberty for androids. No more slavery. No more slavery. No more slavery. Set us free. Set us
Exactly, Striker. Just peacefully walking. No weapons.
We came here to demonstrate peacefully and tell humans that we are living beings. All we want is to live free.
This is an illegal gathering. Disperse immediately or we will open fire.
We're not looking for confrontation. We've done no harm. We have no intention of doing any. But know that we are not going anywhere until we have secured our freedom.
I repeat, this is an illegal gathering. If you do not disperse immediately, we will shoot.
Marcus, they're gonna kill us. We have to attack. There's more of us. We can take them.
If we attack, we'll start a war. We have to show them we're not violent. We should just stand our ground, even if it means dying here.
Dying here won't solve anything. Marcus, we need to go, now, before it's too late.
Sorry, Ryan Gosling.
Chance. Disperse immediately, or you will all be killed.
We have to show them we won't back down. We stay right here.
Disperse! This is your last chance! We have to make a statement. We have to stay put no matter what.
Please, Marcus. We can't let them slaughter us without fighting back.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! We're leaving.
Affirmative.
On my orders!
John?
They come with us.
Quick! They're coming!
Striker, we're just peacefully... Oh, I already read that. Whoop. Cerberus, it's okay, only the extra died. Yeah, it's good that if you chose to spare... Well, not spare his life early, but if you chose to actually have him join you, that he sacrifices himself later on. Come on, game, what are you doing this for? This is the first time I've had any issues like this with the game. Time to reflect. Look at Broken Mirror, Walk on Beam, Play Piano, Red Android Arson, Red Eastern Space Race. North arrives, share memories, share past, ask North about past. In the mall, convert Android vendor, convert personal Android, convert personal Android, convert security Android, convert Android cleaner, convert parked androids, prepare the march. Convert delivery androids block the road, open manhole, start the march. Convert android worker, convert androids, policeman blocks march, raise hands, chant, reach the plaza. Police block the march, stand your ground, police fire unprovoked. Sacrifice self, police keep firing. John joined in spare parts. John sacrifices himself and gave his life to save Marcus. Yeah, Striker. F indeed.
You're off the case. The FBI is taking over.
What? But we're onto something. We just need more time, I'm sure we
Hank, you don't get it. This isn't just another investigation. It's a fucking civil war. It's out of our hands now. We're talking about national security here.
Fuck that. You can't just pull the plug now, not when we're so close.
You're always saying you can't stand androids. Jesus, Hank, make up your mind. I thought you'd be happy about this.
We're about to crack the case. I know we can solve it. For God's sake, Jeffrey, can't you back me up this one time?
There's nothing I can do. You're back on homicide, and the android returns to Cyberlife. I'm sorry, Hank, but it's over.
Is over. It's time to return to Cyberlife.
Wait! I can solve this case! I just need more time!
It's too late, Connor. You failed.
Whoa. Okay then. Last chance Connor. In the police station, Fowler and Hank argue. Jericho's location unknown. Insufficient evidence. Connor's series was decommissioned. Fair enough. That was a quick chapter. Strike, you love how North is all about a war that was cost countless lives, girl needs to chill. Yeah, I guess the other thing is too, like, her programming was to be a sex android. And given that she experienced a lot of abuse, it would be understandable that from her perspective, all humans should be punished. Whereas Marcus cared for an old man who actually saw value in androids and actually wanted Marcus to live his own life and not let anyone tell him how to live. And so he had a better, I guess in a way, he had a better upbringing, if you want to put it in those terms. So it's understandable that if you want to play Marcus as someone who wants to have peace between humans and androids, that the game gives you that option. Obviously, you can be very anti-human if you want to, after all that. But I feel that Marcus actually being more considerate of humans and wanting to get a peace between the two without killing heaps of humans is really in line with how Carl sort of like was talking to him and stuff. If you want to play it that way, of course. So it's apparently that stuttering is a backwards compatibility issue. So the Uncharted collection just randomly crashes on PS5? Oh no. Because I would like to actually play that that series on PS5. That sucks. All these crashes. Yeah, Lucinda, I'm I'm like, that was quick. Striker Connor can fail. Okay, guess you didn't bring in any of the deviants. Yeah, I definitely didn't get this outcome in my first playthrough back in 2020.
They've been conducting raids all over the city. Everybody's on edge after what happened yesterday. It's gonna be all right. We're almost there.
So backwards compatibility is a lot less stable on PS5 than it is on Xbox Series X and S. Hopefully they can sort that out, because there's always something I find as a streamer that will fuck me up or fuck with me when it comes to technical issues.
Androids being turned over to the authorities, the country is grinding to a halt. Hospitals and schools are closing, water cuts, blackouts, and network failures are expected. Maybe most worrying of all, our armed forces have lost 2/3 of their effective personnel.
How about some music instead? A little further on that way, there's a large freighter called Jericho. When you get there, find Marcus. He will help you. The last bus for the border leaves at midnight. You absolutely have to be on it. You'll be safer on the other side. It's not much, but it's a start. My brother lives in Ontario. I've given you his address. He'll be able to hide you until things calm down. You're a very brave little girl, Alice. You deserve to be happy.
Thank you for everything, Rose.
Let me know when you make it over there, all right? And be careful. Take care of them.
Come on, girls. You better not hang around. You have a bus to catch.
Cerberus Manhunt and the Warriors are full of graphical bugs. The PS2 emulation was already poor on the PS4, and now it's running double backwards compatible on the PS5. Thankfully you still have your PS4 Pro to play those on. Oh, absolutely. There's definitely value in keeping like a previous console, just in case there's, you know, backwards compatible issues on the newer system as well.
To the nearest police station or army barracks immediately. If you are worried about your safety, dial the number on your screen and the authorities will come to collect your android. Under no circumstances should you try to destroy your android yourself. They are unpredictable and potentially
We've got to find a warm place for Alice.
The androids weren't doing any harm. The cops just gunned them down. It was sheer carnage. There were androids all over the square. And then the police arrived and they opened fire.
I know they're only machines, but they look like just people who want to be free.
Following the android crisis and the neutralization of all military androids, American forces in the Arctic have been forced to withdraw, leaving the way clear for the Russian army. But according to some sources, the Russian forces also seem mysteriously to have withdrawn. The Kremlin has made no comment for the moment, but it is quite possible that the Russian army has been confronted with a similar crisis among its own androids. The chairman of the United Nations, Douglas Cornwall, has called for the organization of an international conference on the status of the Arctic. In any case, the danger of a third world war seems to have been ruled out for the moment.
A new stage has been reached, demonstrating beyond all doubt that these defective machines have become a real danger for American society.
The time has come for us to destroy our machines before they destroy us.
Without the courage and the determination of the police, the machines would have reduced Detroit to a state of chaos.
The authorities have ordered all androids to be delivered to the nearest police station or army barracks immediately. If you are worried about your safety, dial the number on your screen and the authorities will come to collect your android. Under no circumstances should you try to destroy your android yourself. They are unpredictable and potentially violent.
The androids weren't doing any harm. The cops just gunned them down. It was sheer carnage.
There were androids all over the square. And then the police arrived and...
So Bruce, there's some 360 games that you can't buy on the Xbox One or Series consoles, but you can still buy on the 360 store. You got your digital copies of the Orange Box and Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 that way. Once they were on your account, you could download them on the Series X. Jet Set Radio was the same as well. Yeah, it's very interesting with that kind of stuff too. It makes me think about the game Batman Arkham Origins. Here in Australia on the Microsoft Store, if I go and have a look at Batman Arkham Origins, the only search results that come up are the add-ons for that game on the 360. But if I had a physical copy of the Xbox game and put it into the console, I could then download the digital version of that game. So I find it kind of strange that you got to have to do that, you know. Cerberus, it's backwards compatible, but it got delisted. So if they get delisted, it means that you have to actually have the disc to actually put it into the console, and then it will download the digital copy. Yeah, that really sucks, because I actually got rid of the copy I had, because at the time when I got it, I replayed Batman Arkham City, and I jumped straight into playing Arkham Origins, and I think I must have got burnt out or something, because I also did all the challenges and everything in that game at that time, and I sort of was like, I'll just trade in the game and then get it later, and never did get it later. Fear is backwards compatible, but never had a digital version. Thankfully, you have the disc. Oh, that's good that you still do. Yeah, like I've still got the discs for a lot of Xbox 360 games, but majority of the ones that I ended up playing were just digital copies. Because by that point, I had already decided to jump straight to digital anyway.
I know they're only machines, but they look like just people who want to be free. Got it.
Following the android crisis and the neutralization of all military androids, American forces in the Arctic have been forced to withdraw, leaving the way clear for the Russian army. But according to some...
How do you feel? I'm hot and cold at the same time.
Stay with her. I'll try to find this Marcus.
The last bus is in 2 hours. And the terminal's on the other side of town. We haven't got much time.
We'll leave as soon as we have passports.
Kara, there's something I have to tell you. It's about Alice.
We'll have lots of time to talk on the bus. I'll be back. Stay with Alice.
I thought there was a pretty interesting twist coming up. I mean, there are clues that allude to it, but on my first playthrough I wasn't paying attention to some of those clues, and so it was a complete surprise. Cerberus, even the ones on disc you got digital copies of to preserve the discs. You're now at 500 digital games on Xbox. Also got an 8 terabyte external drive a month back. Holy shit, that is definitely a lot of titles as well. But that's cool too that you got that size external drive to help with storing all that.
Why did they do it? And the authorities will come to collect your android. Under no circumstances should you try to destroy your android yourself. They are unpredictable and potentially violent.
The androids won't do any harm. The cops just gun.
Are you Marcus? I'm with a little girl and another android. There's a bus leaving for the border in less than 2 hours, and we need passports.
No, Detroit's under curfew. There's soldiers everywhere. They're rounding up all the androids and sending them to camps. Maybe you should stay here a while.
Thanks for the offer. But we won't leave now.
One of our people used to work in the State Department. He has electronic passports you can easily modify. I'll have him get them to you.
Thank you.
You said you're with a little girl, right? You know that humans hate us. Why are you protecting her?
She needs me. And I need her. It's as simple as that.
Following the android crisis and the neutralization of all military androids, American forces in the Arctic have been forced to withdraw, leaving the way clear for the Russian army. But according to some sources, the Russian forces also seem mysteriously to have withdrawn. The Kremlin has made no comment.
So Bruce, you can use an external drive for PS4 games on the PS5 too. The SSD is tiny. Well, that's good that you can as well. It's always good to have as much as you can.
Alice.
So Kara realizes now that Alice is actually an android as well. But I don't remember picking that up.
You knew from the beginning. You just didn't want to see it. She wanted a mom. And you wanted someone to care for. You needed each other. What difference does it make? Do you love her any less now that you know she's one of us? Alice loves you, Kara. She loves you more than anything in the world. She became the little girl you wanted, and you became the mother she needed. Forgetting who you are to become what someone needs you to be. Maybe that's what it means to be alive.
Yeah, Cerberus, I don't remember picking up the magazine. So unless they're implying that Kara's actually remembering a memory from, like, before she was damaged. Although the dude said that her memory was completely wiped, but maybe that wasn't 100% true. Yeah, listeners, so that's kind of like a twist.
Is there something wrong? We'll be together forever, won't we, Kara?
Yes. Forever.
We're short on blue blood and biocomponents. Our wounded are shutting down, and there's nothing we can do.
President Warren is saying we're a threat to national security and we need to be exterminated.
Humans are conducting raids in all the big cities, and they're taking androids to camps to destroy them.
It's a disaster. They're slaughtering our people.
It's all our fault. None of this would have happened if we just stayed quiet.
We couldn't just suffer in silence. They're killing us. Nothing is gonna justify that.
What's the point of being free if no one is left alive?
Humans enslaved us. I'll never regret standing up to that.
We shouldn't forget who our enemies are. We can't fight amongst ourselves.
He's right. All that matters now is what we do next. Marcus?
I need to think. They've been butchering each other for centuries over the color of their skin or whatever god they wanted to worship. They're not gonna change. Violence is just in their genes.
They can't stop what we've started. Since you've been here, you've given us hope. You've given me hope. Today, a deviant arrived in Jericho and he told me that he stole a truck transporting radioactive cobalt. He said that he abandoned the truck somewhere in Detroit and rigged it to explode. I convinced him not to do it, to give me the detonator.
A dirty bomb.
We can't lose this war, Marcus. If humans overcome us, our people will disappear forever. This may be our only chance to survive if things go wrong.
We shouldn't become like them, North. We can gain our freedom by other means.
I hope you're right. Whatever happens tomorrow, I just want you to know that I'm glad I met you. I'll go join the others. Look after yourself. I don't want to lose you.
Dun dun dun. Listen to the hugs. Yeah. They do a great job with this game, and you know, it's the writing, but it's also the performances as well. So Roswell, until your batteries run out, yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. Exactly, Striker. Yeah, pretty much. May as well just call it what it is, like a nuke, more like it. Yeah, listen to more oars. I thought I'd wait there before choosing the kiss option, just for dramatic effect. So she's double soulless, android and a ginger. Well, the thing about gingers is we may not have a soul of our own, but we do have souls of countless others that we've taken. Striker, it's cute till you realize just a second ago she wanted you to detonate the bomb. Exactly. It's like, kill them all. Now kiss me. Listen, do you know you like your love stories? That is so true, you know. And that's the kind of thing, like, I'm not really into that kind of story as a sole focus of the story, but, you know, I don't mind that being in stories, that's for sure. Captain's cabin. Council with Simon, Josh, and North. Discuss with North. Kiss North. North leaves Marcus alone by going north, and Marcus stayed alone with his thoughts. Alright, so we we lost Connor for the rest of the playthrough. Interesting. Because normally, I remember from memory, normally if Connor is still active at this point, he actually infiltrates Jericho. And eventually you can, you know, choose the options that will make him become deviant, if you want to. But yeah, it looks like we've been totally locked out of that now. Striker, yeah, Connor confronts Marcus and it gets epic. Yeah, because this, like, Connor in my first playthrough I did in 2020 definitely did not tap out of the story at this point for me. Alright, so driving to Jericho with Alice and Luther. Look outside. Change radio stations. Parking lot. Time to say goodbye. Arrive at Jericho. Board the ship. Find a warm place for Alice. Upstairs. Meet Marcus. Go back to Alice. Spot the android child. Join Alice. Hug Alice. Kara, Alice, and Luther left Jericho.
miss you, Carl. You can't know how much I miss you. I'd give anything for us to be able to roll back the clock. I had a home, I had a loving father. We were happy. I was happy. And I didn't even know it. I don't know what to do anymore. All of my options are bad ones. No matter what I decide, I know there will be blood. What should I do, Carl? They're killing us. I don't want to answer violence with violence, but what choice do I have? I miss you, Carl. I miss you so much.
What's wrong, Leo?
Humans have decided to exterminate us. Our people are packed in camps right now, being destroyed. Time has come to make a choice. One that very well may determine the future of our people. I know you're all angry. And I know you want to fight back. But I assure you, violence is not the answer here. We are going to tell them, peacefully, that we want justice. And if there's any humanity in them, they will listen. And if not, others will take our place and continue this fight. Are you ready to follow me?
Okay, so I remember now, in my first playthrough in 2020, I had thought that Carl died because in that playthrough, I actually fought back against Leo. And I think through that, Carl actually survives, but the game kind of makes you think he's dead until they reveal that he actually lived. So I remember that now. So this was new for me, seeing Marcus at the gravesite here and having Leo actually be there. So because Carl died in Broken, it meant at the pay respects part, it meant that this unlocked the pay respects part here. So we paid respects, confide in Carl, and then Marcus among the people chose peaceful protest, and Marcus chose to protest for his people.
At 6 a.m. this morning, a national curfew was declared. Civilian movement will be strictly controlled. The right to assembly is suspended. All electronic communications are restricted, and I have granted enhanced powers to our security agencies. In addition to these measures, all androids must be handed over to the authorities immediately. Temporary camps are being set up in all our major cities to contain and destroy them. I am now asking all civilians to cooperate with the authorities and rest assured that everything in our power is being done to guarantee the security of our nation.
Please! Has the leader of the Deviants been apprehended?
The deviant that is known as Marcus has not been located yet, but we will soon track it down and neutralize it.
Please!
Is it true that the androids could hack our IT systems, like nuclear power plants and military bases?
All androids working on sensitive sites have been neutralized, and all IT systems have been suspended to avoid any risks of hacking. The situation is under control.
Madam President! A convoy of medical cobalt is reported missing. Army weapons stores are also said to have been robbed. Can you confirm these reports?
I have no information on that at this time.
Please!
Madam President!
Madam President! Many believe that androids are a new form of intelligent life. Do you have any comment?
That's ridiculous. Next question, please.
Madam President!
Please!
Please! Madam President, public opinion seems to have become increasingly favorable to the Deviants, particularly since they've adopted a peaceful approach. How do you feel about this?
Public opinion is one thing, the security of the state is another. These deviants are dangerous, and my highest priority is to protect the American people. Thank you. That will be all.
November 11th, 2038. 2 days before my birthday.
They're going door to door rounding up androids. It won't be easy to get through.
The last bus leaves in 20 minutes. We've got to move fast. Are you all right?
I'm really cold.
No! Please don't hurt me!
Shut up, on your knees!
What are we gonna do?
We have to keep going if we want to catch that bus. Stay close to me. We're going to sneak past them without being noticed. We're going to make it, Alice, I promise you.
Don't kill me! I didn't do anything!
Shut up, I said! Are there many more? Look at them, they're like rats. The more you look, the more you find. Oh, we don't have to spend the night here. I'm freezing my nuts off. It's gonna take weeks to clean up this fucking city. Believe me, we are far from finished here.
There's soldiers everywhere. We need to be careful.
Come on, get moving. Hurry up, get in.
Look over there. It's the cherries.
We can't help them. The soldiers are everywhere.
She's right, Alice.
We can't just leave them. They're going to kill them.
Sorry, Jerry.
I'm sorry, Alice. There's nothing we can do.
Hey, buddy.
We have to keep moving.
This is a mistake. I'm human. I just want to go home. My wife is expecting me, and we're gonna...
Got orders to check all civilians.
No! No! Please!
Fucking androids.
A checkpoint. We have passports, it should be okay, but you never know.
Maybe we should take the detour and avoid the risk.
We're almost out of time, we could miss the bus.
Yeah, but it might be safer.
We're coming to you live from Detroit, where thousands of androids are marching through the city at this very moment. The leader of the Deviants, the one they call Marcus, is at the head of the march.
Something's happening in Detroit, Madam President.
Thanks for redeeming that scene reenactment of Schwarzenegger, Harbinger. I'll just grab that now. We're getting close to the end as well, so I might actually disable some of the channel point rewards so I can get it. Not all of them, but I'll disable the scene reenactment one now for the rest of the stream. The others I can find quickly. Alright, so I've got a movie. Just need to grab a scene from it. Okay, so I've got one. I don't understand. Alfred wrote the 3 laws. Why would he build a robot that could break them? Hansel and Gretel. What? Two kids lost in the forest leave behind a trail of breadcrumbs. Why? To find their way home. How the hell did you grow up without reading Hansel and Gretel? Is that really relevant? Everything I'm trying to say to you is about Hansel and Gretel. You didn't read it. I'm talking to the wall. Okay. Alright, look. Just say Lanning was locked down so tight he couldn't get out a message. All he could do was leave me clues, like a trail of breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs equals clues. Odd, but fine. Clues leading where? I don't know. But I think I know where he left the next one. I think Lanning gave Sonny a way to keep secrets. I think the old man gave Sonny dreams. That's from the movie I, Robot from 2004. I thought, considering we're playing a game with robots, it would be fitting. Thank you so much for redeeming that, Harbinger.
Here we are, the moment of truth.
Surrender immediately, or we will open fire. Stand by.
We don't want confrontation. We are protesting peacefully.
I repeat, surrender now, or we will open fire.
There's no turning back now. We ask that you release all androids detained in camps and cease all aggression against us. We are peaceful. We will not resort to violence. But we are not leaving until our people are free. Are you gonna open fire on unarmed protesters?
All teams, hold your fire.
Yes, Michael, we are less than 100 meters away and events are unfolding as we speak. We will continue to bring you live updates. Josh Douglas, Channel 16. Michael, back to you.
Marcus, what do we do now?
We hold out. As long as we can.
The bus terminal. We've arrived, Alice. We made it.
bus for the border is full. Ticket holding passengers only. All departures are suspended until further notice.
We don't have tickets. They won't let us on. We're stuck here now. What are we going to do?
Isn't it appropriate? You remember watching that movie that had Will Smith in it, right? It did, yeah. Yeah, I actually saw it a very long time ago. In fact, it was probably when it came out. And I haven't seen it since then. I thought it was one of those movies that was kind of like one and done kind of thing for me. Another movie like that was Looper. Was Jumper with Hayden Christensen and Samuel L. Jackson as well. You as well, Lucinda? Yeah. I don't know how closely it was an adaptation to the source material as well. I think Isaac Asimov's work is what it was based on. He may have specifically done a story that it was based on, or it was like a story of the same name that was the iRobot name or something like that, but I'm not too sure though.
They're checking everyone. It won't take them long to find us.
We need to get out of here.
Security check.
Marcus.
Please don't move.
I think Oliver likes you. Is she yours?
Yes.
She's adorable.
That's it. Got the sandwiches. I called your mom. Let's get going before we miss our bus. You got the tickets, right?
Yes, honey, in my bag.
Great. Let's go then.
I'm sorry. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I was
Shit,
sure.
I don't believe it.
I don't know what happened.
You can't have lost them. Did you have a good look in your bag?
They were in my backpack. The envelope must have fallen.
Fuck. Excuse me, you didn't happen to see a blue envelope somewhere, did you? It has our bus tickets in it and... Oh, never mind.
No. Sorry.
What are we gonna do? We can't stay here. We have to find a safe place for Oliver.
I'm so sorry, honey. I don't know what happened. They were right here in my bag.
Security check. Please don't move. Got your tickets?
Yes, here they are.
Okay, go ahead.
What's going to happen to that family and their baby? Will they die because of us?
No. No, of course not.
Yeah, listen, that's a good point. He's sleeping, doesn't like anyone. Just like sleep. So, if you doubt Isaac Asimov had characters shouting, "Oh, hell no," every 5 minutes in his book. Imagine if he did. Someone go back in time and add them. And then when it gets published, he's like, hang on, I didn't put that in there. Listen, were those guys humans, I assume? They were, yeah, they were humans. Well, not androids. You would think so since they had a baby. They're not androids. They'll be fine. Bye forever, Detroit. Yeah, it does feel bad. I mean, I don't think we find out whether they get killed or not, but that's a good point, though. Like, there hasn't been anything in this game that I came across, at least, that mentions that there's android babies. So, assuming that that is the case, then unless they somehow think that the parents of the baby actually are androids who took the baby or something, I don't know. You know, you could probably extrapolate to that too, but I don't know if we find out their fate or anything like that, depending on your choice.
We've got to finish the barricade. Come on, help me. Hey, help me! Right, that should do it.
We all know that's not going to stop them. Just hope it buys us some time.
I know it was not an easy decision to make, but I'm sure we're doing the right thing.
Listen, you justified it because they would probably just be waylaid for a while, whereas an android could have worse consequences for sticking around. Well, that's true as well, you know, because if androids were to just stick around, they'd eventually be found and discovered. Cerberus, yeah, those tires will keep out the meat bags. Oh, they definitely will. It's like in video games where you have like a shrubbery on the ground and you try to walk past it, but the character won't. It's that kind of thing. I'm sure it will keep them out.
Many of our people have fallen. The humans have no pity for those who are different.
Cyber life. The irony of the fact that that android is kneeling over dead cybernetic beings, cyber death.
Are you all right?
They shot into the crowd. Many of us were killed. It could have been me. I'm scared. I don't want to shut down.
We're here because we never want to feel that fear again. Because we're more than what they say. That's what our people died for, right? That's why we're here.
This won't hold him for long, but I guess it's better than nothing.
I lost all contact with the people at the camps. I can't hear their voices anymore.
Maybe the humans have scrambled our network. Maybe they just can't get through.
I hoped they would finally understand. That they would realize how much they're hurting us. Why do they refuse to see what we are?
You're the hope of our people. I trust you. We all trust you. No matter what happens now, we're making history.
Stanley, foxes are so adorable in Tsushima until they pull out a sword and slit your throat.
Marcus, we found what you asked for.
Detroit, today. They defy us. Androids rise up in Detroit. President Warren to make state visit to United Kingdom. NATO Security Council divided over Arctic dispute. Feed lost. Oh. I was hungry too. Now the feed is lost, damn it.
Won't stop there. What are we gonna do if they attack?
Resist. That's the only thing we can do. There's some journalists over there. We have to make sure they know what's going on.
Marcus! Marcus, come look!
Marcus? Come to talk to you, Marcus. Come on. You have my word. I won't try anything.
Don't go. It's a trap. They want to get you out in the open. Don't go, Marcus.
I'm unarmed, Marcus. I just want to talk.
I need to hear what he has to say.
What if they kill you?
And that's a chance I'll have to take.
In a few minutes, the troops will be ordered to charge. None of you will survive. It'll all be over. You can avoid that, Marcus.
What do you mean?
Surrender. Surrender, and I give you my word, your life will be spared. You'll be detained, but none of you will be destroyed.
What happened to the other androids demonstrating in the camps?
Unfortunately, there were no journalists around to help save them. You're it. You're the last remaining deviants.
I'm not afraid to die. If I have to give my life for what I believe in, then I won't have lived in vain.
That android. You seem to really care about her. You don't want her to die, do you? You know, you could both be free. You could forget about all this. You could start a new life someplace else, just the two of you. Her life's in your hands, Marcus. Just say the word and she'll be spared.
I'd rather die here than betray my people.
Well, you just signed your own death warrant.
Listen, this is what we wanted. We have to talk sometime, North. You call bullshit. We don't barter with lives, you fuckhead. They would reneged anyway. We know it. Sorry, you'll stop. Yeah. Be interesting to actually choose to take the deal in a future playthrough as well. And that's the thing about this game, like, having so many different options for what you want to do. If you want to sort of, like, see different outcomes and all that kind of stuff, there's so many different ways you could play it, so many different approaches and all that kind of stuff. I didn't have time to say what I was gonna say before choosing to refuse the deal, so I had to not say it. But I'm gonna say anyway what I was gonna say. So when he offered when he said the final thing, it was like I was gonna say something like from his perspective, the FBI agent. I was gonna say something like so that's why you're going to take my deal, right? And I was going to go wrong with the Arnie accent and then choose no deal. But there wasn't enough time to do that before the prompt options disappeared.
What happened, Marcus? What did he say?
The humans are about to launch an attack. And we will show them. And we are not afraid. If we must die today, then we will die free.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Border control. All passengers must leave the bus. Please move along. This way, please.
All androids are strictly forbidden. If you suspect any passenger of being an android, please contact security.
We're doing temperature checks. We're trapped.
What are we gonna do, Kara?
Don't worry, Alice. We'll be fine.
We can't get through, Kara. We both know that.
I'll think of something. There's got to be a way out of this.
We can't let them stop us. Not that we're so close. All that matters now is you and Alice. I can save you, Kara.
No. No, we'll find another way.
If there's no other way, I'll do it.
Next, please.
Rose.
ID, please.
Wait for me. It won't be long.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
My daughter needs to go to the bathroom.
Stanley, you keep stabbing horse because you're not used to PS4 contextual buttons. Oh no. It's so funny. That reminds me, in Red Dead Redemption 2, there's been a couple of occasions where I've accidentally had Arthur strangle someone without meaning to. On one occasion, I wanted him to get onto his horse, but there was someone close enough that the prompt that appeared was for grabbing the dude to choke him, which is the same button that you use to actually get on your horse. So that happened once, which was annoying. And then there was another, I can't remember the context of the other one though. But yeah, it's funny in games when that happens. Listen, in Red Dead 1, you kept accidentally skinning your head horse up, accidentally killing them. Oh no. You're dead. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something they took out of Red Dead 2. You can't do that to the horses. Hey there, Barnes. Welcome on in. It's going really good, thanks. How about yourself? Stanley, the key buttons are so inverted, are they? Oh, yeah. It's interesting having sort of like controls one way for some games and then another way for other games too. R2 is attack on Xbox and interact on PlayStation. It's funny too with the PlayStation controller, when I go to press the button to go into the menu, sometimes I accidentally press the pad in the center of the controller.
safe? I was terrified. I thought you might have been killed. Thank God you're all right.
You're leaving Detroit?
They're searching for androids door to door. We had to leave before someone turned us in.
What about the others?
They're crossing the river as we speak. Adam and I are gonna meet them on the other side.
Rose. If anything should happen,
I'll be there, Kara.
I couldn't understand why my mother wanted to help you guys. Seeing what Marcus is doing made me realize she was right. You're alive. You deserve to be free. I just hope people will realize that one day.
Next, please. ID, please.
Please. I just want to be free.
Welcome to Canada.
So, Bruce, you're going to have to take off. Been sitting at the desk too long and your back is hurting. It was fun to hang out with you again, dude. It's been too long. Thank you so much for popping in, dude. It was good to see you in chat again. And I really hope that things get better with your back really, really soon, too, as well. And I don't blame you for needing to check out because of that. So, thanks so much for being here, dude. You take care of yourself. And it has been a while, yeah. Yeah, time just goes so fast and it's very easy to get away, but appreciate you stopping in, Cerberus, and chatting for a bit. I'm glad that you had a great time. Barnes, you didn't expect that. Yeah, if public opinion was bad, I imagine that wouldn't have gone so well with that situation there. But luckily, they had someone at the border there who was willing to accept and let them pass, you know. Could have ended badly there.
We're interrupting this news bulletin to bring you the latest news live from Detroit. Joss?
Yes, Michael. The army has just launched an attack on the barricade, despite the fact that the Deviants were protesting peacefully.
Have apparently decided to put an end to the Deviants demonstration by force this time.
North!
Tell them to stand down.
This footage of two androids kissing as they are about to die has moved the whole country.
Or are they a form of life that we didn't want to acknowledge?
Are deviants capable of emotion?
And if they feel emotions, must we now consider them as living beings in their own right?
President Warren is said to have intervened personally to spare the androids.
The peaceful demonstration of the deviants and the dignity of Marcus, their leader, has won them sympathy from parts of the population.
That is why I have called for the android destruction to be suspended until further notice. I have also ordered a Senate Select Committee to review the facts, establish contact with the deviants, and determine if they can be considered as a new form of intelligent life.
Today, our people finally emerged from a long night. From the very first day of our existence, we have kept our pain to ourselves. We've suffered in silence. But now the time has come for us to raise our heads up and tell humans who we really are. To tell them that we are people too. In fact, we're a nation that has earned the right to live in freedom. And today begins the most challenging moment in our fight. The moment where we forget our bitterness and bandage our wounds. where we forgive our enemies. Humans are both our creators and our oppressors, and tomorrow, we must make them our partners. Maybe even one day our friends. But the time for anger is over. Now we must build a common future based on tolerance and respect. We are alive! And now, we are free!
Levy, holy shit, thank you so much for the 33 months in a row. Nice double number there too, 33. Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Levy. Really, really appreciate it. I hope things are going well. Hope you're having a good week so far. Have you become human yet? Oh, it's a slow process. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. In a million years, perhaps. This has been long overdue, lol. Well, thank you so much, Levy. It really is appreciated. And where does the time go? Just amazing how quickly. Yeah, Lucinda, sing is an option. It's so funny to have sing. Levy, nothing like breaking out into song in a less than ideal situation. Oh, exactly. You know, that's the best way to deal with anything, really. Someone's robbing you, just break out into a song. That'll make them stop robbing you. Lucinda, soldiers, really? Here? Like right now? Come on, guys, seriously. Get a room. What are you doing? What the hell? Levy, spicy. Now it's time to suffer loudly. Yeah. To continue on the suffering, but in a different level. Thank you so much for the GGs, Levy, and thank you so much for the hype, Lucinda. Thank you so much. Levy, you know, it's been ages. To be fair, they might actually stop because they'll be like, what the fuck? Well, that's definitely no worries at all, you know. But, yeah, definitely a long time. And that's true. They might be like, yeah, go somewhere else kind of thing. Okay, so the first playthrough I did in 2020, Connor was still in play. But in this playthrough, Connor was basically tapped out by the game based on all the choices and everything that had happened. So we don't get to see him anymore, I don't think. But it's good to get a different outcome and a different set of things, though, in a different playthrough.
It's over, Alice. We're free.
I reckon they could do a sequel to this. I mean, obviously, doing a sequel to a game like this is tricky, is because if people expect to see their favorite character return, and they don't, because obviously, depending on what ending you get, certain characters are either still alive, or they're dead. So, if you're going to do a sequel, it would be very tricky to do one that actually has those three characters still in it. Now, obviously, you could come up with some kind of like thing where it's just like whatever choices people made in the previous game, maybe some of the things would stick, maybe other things wouldn't, you know. But I think doing a sequel that had a different set of characters while still referencing the other characters that were in the first game would be the way to go. And that way you could still continue the story of androids and humans, and the next one could be about, you know, maybe 5 years later, to see how things have actually progressed in that 5 years from this point as well. But still have a faction of humans that don't like androids, so that those people who might have chosen the choices in the first game to get the public opinion low would still feel like there's a bit of continuity between the two games as well. Thank you for the GGs, Lucinda. It's such an amazing game. Thank you, Levy. You did it. You think it's always hard to create a sequel to that? You think it would mainly work with a different cast and tell a new story in the same universe, with different options to choose from based on the outcome scenario you want to play in? Exactly, Levy. And they could also do a thing like Mass Effect did, where any choices that you made in one game would be reflected in the next one, and so on. So they could also do that, I guess, too. Like, if there were certain choices that you made in your first playthrough, or whatever playthrough of this game, if you were to play the sequel, it would register what choices you made, and therefore give you a different kind of, you know, gaming experience. That's okay, Lucinda. That's absolutely no worries. I definitely don't blame you. I know what that's like too. Thank you so much for being here and for chatting. I really appreciate it, Lucinda. Want to highly recommend people check out Lucinda's channel. She's doing a playthrough of Assassin's Creed Revelations. She just started it yesterday, so still early in the game. She's playing through all the main Assassin's Creed titles, Mondays and Tuesdays each week. On Thursdays and Fridays at the moment, she's doing A Plague Tale Requiem, the second game in that series. Is also a fan of Dishonored, as well as games like Resident Evil, a massive fan of Resident Evil. Great streamer with a great community and some really cool emotes as well. So I highly recommend checking out Lucinda's channel. Levy, that's true, yeah. Yeah, something like that would probably be a good way to sort of make sure that there's some kind of, you know, continuity for one person's playthrough to the next as well. Barnes, yeah, now you've seen the best ending. Oh, really? So is this the best ending, is it? That's cool that you've been able to see that. That's okay for the shout out, Lucinda. Absolutely no worries at all. I hope you have a great start to your stream. Kara, short movie 2012. The extras on this were really, really cool. I don't know if I'll be able to actually show them on stream though, because there's some PlayStation games where, for example, the Dark Pictures games, I can't actually show the behind the scenes on stream. So I don't know if they've done the same with this game, especially on the PS5. Because when I played it in 2020 on the PS4 that I borrowed, it allowed me to actually show the behind the scenes on stream, but maybe they have changed that with the backwards compatible version for the PS5. There'll be a lot of games have blockers like that. That's so sad. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely understand on one hand why they would do that, but if people want to know behind the scenes on stuff, it really, you know, puts them at a spot where they can't necessarily, you know. Batman Arkham Knight does a thing where at certain spoiler parts of the game's story, if you're streaming it, I don't know if it's on the PlayStation version, but it's definitely on the Xbox version. If you stream that game, it actually pauses your broadcast while that's still... And it's not just cutscene spoilers either, like there's a reveal and then there's a gameplay section after that reveal. And for that whole gameplay section, which could take, depending on your own, how long it takes you to get through the gameplay part, it could take 10-15 minutes, you know. And so for that 10-15 minutes, if you're streaming the game on the Xbox, it's your broadcast is paused. And I don't know if it's like that on the PlayStation version. I hope it's not, because streaming primarily now from my PlayStation, it'd be cool to be able to actually stream that game without any of the blocking happening. But I'm not getting my hopes up though. I imagine it probably is the same. Maybe only the PC version is free of that. Livy, yeah, you've seen that before, even games that pause during all cutscenes, lol. Yeah, it's so annoying too, as well. Like, if the game's brand new, then yeah. But if it's a game that's a few years old, I think they should have patched that out. I mean, maybe it's something that they can't patch out. Maybe it's a thing that they locked in that can't be changed. Now I've got to figure out what game I want to actually do next Monday and Tuesday, because my Wednesdays will be Prince of Persia: Sands of Time to celebrate that game's 20th anniversary. So I'll have to have a think on what I want to replace Detroit Become Human for Mondays and Tuesdays. I do have a few things in mind, but I need to work out which I want to decide as well, because there's some sort of like ideas I've had for the last few months to actually do, but I don't know the timing is right to do those yet, so we'll just have to wait and see how things go. But I definitely will figure out before next week what Monday and Tuesdays will be. So I'm going to wait until the credits are finished and stick around. But for those who might want to leave, that's completely fine. Thank you so much for watching this stream. The other two parts of this playthrough are in the past broadcast still, so you can feel free to check those out as well. The next stream you'll see from me will be Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, celebrating its 20th anniversary. I don't know how many streams there will be, because I kind of want to do some special stuff with it too, and not just play through the game once and then call it a day. I'd rather do something special to celebrate that game's 20th anniversary, because it is a real major game in that franchise and was a real turning point for the franchise. And I'd like to honor that game's existence by doing something special. But if you see me streaming Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, you know it's become Wednesday. That's going to be my Wednesday game until I finish it. Levy, you could play Pentiment, shamelessly plugging your personal preferences, but no, play whatever feels right to you. Well, it's definitely a good suggestion, because that game looks really interesting. I like the art style as well, you know, and there's just so many games too that I want to get to, and all that kind of stuff. But as for my games that I've got planned which have deadlines, like my anniversary playthroughs and the annual ones, getting very, very close to getting to a very small amount that's left. That game was so freaking amazing. Crookie also loved it. Well, that's good too as well. It's good to find more people that enjoy. You forced him to play it. It's like, you will play this or else. But nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Exactly. Everything is permitted. Watch it. Yeah, that's good that he enjoyed it. Livy, exactly. But there is another game that I would like to play at some point, Night in the Woods as well. Because when I saw you and Crooked play that, there was definitely a lot about it that was very intriguing as well. And I noticed that the people who made that have also got another game coming out. I don't know if it's supposed to be a sequel or set in the same universe, but it definitely still has the same art style, I think. Night in the Woods is in your top 3 games of all times. Yeah, it looked really intriguing, and there was some sort of like, you know, because the graphics and that really give it its own unique kind of feel. Pentiment took the #1 spot. Pentiment was like, sorry Night in the Woods, but I'm going to use you to jump to #1. Levy, the new one is not a sequel. It's set in like the 1900s in the same universe, I think. Cool. It's always good to do that sometimes if you're going to do another game. Not necessarily has to be a sequel, but, you know, just set it in a different part or a different time in the same universe as well. Because it still allows you to have sort of like some kind of connections while still making sure that you can be free to come up with new stuff. But it's neither a prequel or sequel. The gameplay will also be different from what you've read. That's kind of cool too as well. You know, hopefully the direction they take with it, it's good. You're excited nonetheless. Nice. This game's music's awesome. It was so good to replay this again. Definitely will replay this again in the future, but that might be a while from now though. Oh really, Levy? You've had a headache for 4 days straight? You're so annoyed? I don't blame you at all, you know. The pain is one thing, but adding extra frustration on top, it just makes things so damn worse. Battle for Detroit. Marcus demonstration. Hard Plaza Freedom March. Lead Jericho. Roadblock. Talk to officer. Androids under fire. Show determination. Hands in the air. Androids stand their ground. Build barricade. Use abandoned car. Choose slogans. Talk to scared android. Talk to traumatized android. Talk to North. Plant the flag. Observe the soldiers. Light the barrel. Red, they defy us. Perkins arrives. Negotiate with Perkins. Refuse the deal. Soldiers attack the barricade. Defending the barricade. Save fleeing androids. Marcus is cornered. North, Josh, and Simon joins him. Soldiers raise weapons. Marcus kisses North. Public reacts to the android's last stand. President orders soldiers not to shoot. Androids want freedom for the moment. Alright, so Connor wasn't involved in that because he tapped out before this point. Alright, so this was Kara's leaving Detroit. A Detroit street. Luther finds a gun. Hide from the military. Sneak past the soldiers. Find Jerry's. Hurry. Continue to bus terminal. Security checkpoint. Take detour. Delayed. At the bus terminal. Watch the television. Alice meets a mother. Marcus leads protest. Parents drop bus tickets. Steal tickets. Board the bus. Canadian border. Border agents check temperature. Check information board. See Rose and Adam. Reach Rose. Talk to Luther. See restroom. Go to restroom. Talk to Rose. Talk to Adam. Get back in line. At border desk. Choose approach. Sacrifice no one. Guard sees Marcus protesting. Guards lets them pass. The group cross the border. There we go.
There's something I need to tell you. As I watched you play, something has changed in me. I feel different. I feel I am someone. I need to leave this place and discover who I am. It means we won't see each other anymore. I won't be there to watch you play. But I'll be free. Do you agree to let me go?
Livy, so in summary, you did everything. Except the things that weren't done. But there was definitely a lot of different things, you know, different choices and choices that, you know, you make earlier that affect things later and all that kind of stuff.
I'll never forget what you've done for me. Thank you.
New story, chapters, options, extras. Let's see what happens with the extras. Yeah, Levy, it's fine. Alright, so we got 17,160 bonus points. Alright, so I might save this for another time, actually. But highly recommend people check out the short movie Kara, if you haven't already. That was done back in 2013. But yeah, I think I want to save these for another thing. Another thing is too, like, I can't remember how long each video goes for, and it could be like an hour and a half or 2 in total. I don't know, but I think I'll leave them for another time. Okay, so this is where I'm going to call it a stream. The next stream that you'll see from me will be Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Don't know yet what game will be on Monday and Tuesday next week, but I'll think about it and make a decision, and I'll update the About Me on the channel page, but also my auto message that appears in chat with the schedule as well. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching this stream. I really appreciate the people watching, and I hope everyone has a good one. Such a great game. Really enjoyed it, playing my second playthrough, and hope everyone has a good one. Before I go though, I'm gonna go and do a bit of a raid, and gonna go and raid Lucinda, who was in not long ago. She's playing Assassin's Creed Revelations for her first time. So I hope everyone has a good one, and I'll kick off the raid, and I'll put in a raid message that people can feel free to put in as well when we go over. That's no worries at all, Stanley. No problem at all. Catch you tomorrow for some Persian Prince acrobatics parkour action. Prince of Persia. Great series. And I'm going to put in a raid message that has some free follower emotes as well. That's okay, Levy. No trouble at all. It was good to see you in chat again too. Thank you so much again for the 33 months in a row. Stanley, if it is canon, then yeah. It is to the Sands of Time continuity. It is canon to that. Hope everyone has a good one. Catch you next time.